Everyone, my name is MicheleDClark, and I am just a small town girl with big time dreams who God has shown his grace and his mercy, and he has definitely saved me from some life-threatening things. And you know, when I say small town, I'm talking about Harvey, Illinois, y'all, which most folks don't even know where that is. It's near the south side of Chicago. It's a suburb. But even if you don't know where Harvey is, you definitely do not have to be a rocket scientist or a reporter on America's Most Wanted to know how Chicago got its nickname Chirac. I'm talking about folks was thugging and drugging and stealing and killing. But instead of doing that with my life, I decided to do something different. Instead of being a dope dealer, I became a hope dealer with my company, Lift Nation, where I am empowering women to live inspired, free, and transform. And in order to do that, I got my bachelor's in psychology, I got my master's in social work, but I also got my PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. I'm talking about I've been through some things, you all. But it's because of that, it's because of those things that I've been through that I'm now able to proudly say that I am the Harriet Tubman of authenticity, where I'm empowering women to break the chains of stereotypes, shatter those glass ceilings, and shed the baggage of past traumas, tragedies, and turn them into triumphs. And so I want to come to you all today because, okay, so when I first came home from worship, it was nice, bright, and sunny. Now, it's still a nice day. Granted that the weather is nice as far as temperature-wise. But when I first came out, I was like, ooh, it changed a little bit out here. I saw a little bit more wind, a little more cloud coverage, a little grayness happening here. And that reminded me that this too shall pass. So that's what we're calling this today. This too shall pass. And that, the pendulum swings both ways. So if you're going through something, you're going through a time, you're saying to yourself, oh my goodness, I just don't know, Michelle, how I'm going to make it through this. Because it's just so much happening. So much happening. You may be down on your luck. You may, money might be funny and credit won't get it. Your love life might be in shambles. You know, you might have a job situation going on. Instead of a relationship, you might be in a situationship. Your health might be crumbling. You might just feel right now that somebody pulled the rug out from under you. You don't know what is going on. Well, let me tell you something. This too shall pass. No matter what is going on in your life, know that this too shall pass. It's only a temporary situation. Now, some people, unfortunately, you know the line of work that I do. I'm a licensed therapist, so I also work with people who have mental health disorders. And some people may be wanting to commit suicide because of something that's going on right now. I once heard that people, when you think about doing something as permanent as suicide, you can't come back from that. So my thing is, don't make a permanent solution for a temporary situation. Period. So whatever's going on in your life, this too shall pass. Now, on the flip side, you guys, on the flip side, you may say, well, things are going great, Michelle. Like, you know, I don't even have to worry about luck because I'm blessed, too blessed to be stressed, all those kinds of things. And my love life is going great. We've been married and we're celebrating our anniversary. I have another year celebrating this earth. I'm on this side of the dirt. Amen. Hallelujah. You might say to yourself, oh, man, you know what? Things are going super fantastic, Michelle. So now when you say this too shall pass, does that mean that things are not always going to be this way? Absolutely. Because it's something called life. L-I-F-E. Hey, what's going on? Tandra Price, the networking ninja, is in the house. And so, you know, here's the deal, you all. The pendulum swings both ways. But understand this. That's a good thing, and it's a good thing, right? Y'all probably thought I was going to say it's a bad thing. Listen, when it swings both ways, that means that you will not always be on the mountaintop. I get that. But you always won't be in the valley either. So you got to take the good with the bad. In order to be able to appreciate the sunlight, there has to be darkness. So there has to be something to compare it with. So we have to appreciate that darkness, because it's the darkness that allows us to see the light. Because if there was no darkness, we couldn't even see the light. So understand that no matter what you're going through, first of all, it's only temporary. This too shall pass. But also realize that whatever you're going through, you can grow through it, and then you can reach back and help somebody else. Help somebody else. So when you're going through that thing, yes, when we're in it, it's hard to think of anything but the thing that we're in. But understand that there's a lesson to be learned. Life lessons. There's a lesson to be learned about whatever it is that we're going through. And so as we're going through that thing, when it feels like it's unbearable, it feels like you're the one that actually has that crucifixion on your back, that you're carrying it up that hill, just remember there's a purpose, there's a reason. So whatever that it is that you're going through, there's a purpose and there's a reason and there's a promise. There's a promise at the end. And you can turn it into your passion and make that your purpose, right? And you can also make that your profit. Hello, somebody. Because whatever pain we're going through, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Just remember that. So on your darkest day, in your darkest hour, to say to yourself, I recall this one girl who always wear yellow said, this too shall pass. And I'm gonna quote Les Brown. He says, if you fall down, make sure you fall down on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. You know what I'm saying? So go on ahead and if you fall down, it's not the amount of times you fall down, it's the amount of times you get up. If you fall down, make sure you fall on your back so that way you can look up and you can get up. Because no matter what you're going through, I'm going to tell you what, I can guarantee you, whatever it is you're going through, somebody else has a bigger testimony. And when I say bigger testimony, that means they have a bigger test. So understand it's just a test. And just think about when you're back in school and you were going through and you had a test. And it was hard as heck. When you got through that test and you made it, and ooh, don't let you get an A on that bad boy, right? You was like, woo, I did it, yes. And it was just that much more powerful than if it was easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. Now, I tell you this, sometimes we want some easy, breezy, lemon squeezy in our life, and that's okay, because we need that a little bit to keep us going. But the bottom line is, the bigger the test, the bigger the testimony. The bigger the mess, the bigger the message. And if you have ever been a victim, just understand that you are 2 steps away from being victorious. Victorious. Let me say it again. If you are a victim, or if you've been victimized, if you're in the middle of being a victim right now, just understand you're a step away from being a victor. See, the challenge is sometimes we quit too soon. We quit too soon. We're right there at the 1 yard line. But the problem is, see, like in football, you can see it. I know there's a lot of football folks right now, college football going on. You can see it when you're watching the TV or if you're on the football field itself. But the game of life, you can't see that you're just 1 yard away from victory. You're 1 yard away from the goal line. You're 1 yard away from kicking that ball and making the 1-point conversion. Now, I know I went a little bit different because I'm talking about the goal line and now I'm talking about kicking the ball, but it's the same premise. The same premise is that you are just a segment away from victory. So don't give up. Keep going. I heard somebody say this once, and I'm telling you, it touched me to my heart, touched me to my soul. They said, I would rather be the last to finish than the first to quit. I'm going to say that again for somebody in the back or somebody who's running to go get their pen and paper. So that way you don't have to rewind if you don't want to. But hey, hashtag replay is for real. Listen, I would rather be the last to finish than the first to quit. So on that note, I'm going to stop right here. Because I want you all, let's have this conversation this Tuesday. You all join me this Tuesday evening. You want to continue the conversation? Come on. Tuesday evening, we have our Tuesday Talks with Miss Clark, LMSW, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, that's the name of the whole show. Why? So you know where to go, when to go, right? So it broadcasts on Lift Nation in our private Facebook group. It also broadcasts simultaneously on LinkedIn. And it also broadcasts simultaneously on YouTube, right? So make sure that you are in the house. And that way, and when I say in the house, I'm talking about virtually, of course, right? So that you're in the house. So then that way, we also have a segment that's called Rapid Fire AMA, which is Ask Miss Clark Anything. No, it's not American Music Awards. And no, it's not against medical advice. It is Ask Miss Clark Anything. So make sure that you get your questions answered. I want to hear from you. So everybody, I love you all to life. I'm your mindset management coach. I am just a small town girl with big time dreams. That's all. I'm a small town girl with big time dreams. Who God has shown His grace and His mercy, and He has saved me from some life-threatening things. Okay, now look at this. See, that's what happens when you live on a main road. When you live on a main road, you hear all kinds of stuff. But it's all good. Let me tell you something. I love you all to life. My name is MicheleDClark with Lift Nation, where we are empowering women to live inspired, free, and transform. Take care. God bless.